So this topic, that is relation between field and potential, is a continuation of that equipotential surfaces what we discussed during our live session. Okay, so this is a very important relation. Listen carefully. So as given in the picture, in the figure, we have two surfaces, two equipotential surfaces. Okay, A and B. But their potentials are different. A is at a potential V and B is having a potential V plus delta V. So what is the potential difference between the two? Potential difference between the two is delta V. Okay. Now we are considering a unit positive charge which is being displaced from the surface B to the surface A. So from where to where this unit positive charge is displaced? From the From the plane B to the plane A, or on the plane B there is a point being shown, that is the point P. Okay, so from the point P it is displaced to a particular point on the surface A. Okay, now we are going to find the relation between field and potential. So to get that relation, what we will do is we will write expression for work done. Okay, work done for displacing this unit positive charge from the plane B to the plane A. What about planes B and A? They are equipotential surfaces. Okay, so what is the work done for that? That we will write. Using two equations, we will write the work done. Okay, what is first one? The usual equation, that is force into displacement. That is what is work done is. The second one we will write using the equation which we studied in this chapter, that is work done to displace a charge is equal to charge into potential difference. Okay, charge into potential difference. In one of the problems we discussed that equation, Q into VA minus VB, like that. So using these two expressions we will write the expression for work done, and by logic these two work dones will be same and we will equate them. That's what we are going to do. Okay, so let's start. So first we will write the expression for work done using the equation, that is force into displacement. Work done is equal to force into displacement. So in this diagram it is shown, see, A is at a potential V and B is at a potential V plus delta V, and there exists an electric field which is in the upward direction. It is given in the diagram. Okay, so we are assuming the electric field to be in vertically upward direction. So in displacing the unit positive charge from B to A, work is to be done against the force due to electric field. Are you getting? There is an electric field and the charge is moved from B to A in the electric field. So is it in the direction of electric field? No, opposite to the direction of electric field it is to be moved. So work is to be done against the direction of electric field. So what is the work done for that? Work done for that is force into displacement. And what is that force required? Force required is given by QE. What is Q here? Q is equal to 1 because we are moving unit positive charge. So what is our force? Magnitude of force is equal to E. Magnitude of force is equal to magnitude of electric field. And what is the displacement of that charged particle? When it is moved, no, it is moved through a distance delta L. Okay, so here displacement is delta L and force is E. So actually when we write the vector equation, that is W equal to F dot D, it is actually. So it is FD cos theta. Okay, so here force and displacement are in the same direction. So theta equal to 0, that is there. But what about F and D? They are in the negative direction. That means both are in negative direction. So the thing is this, we will have the work done as E into delta L, because here both force and displacement are in the same direction. So theta is equal to 0. So work done is equal to E into delta L. So we got one equation. Let's call it as equation 1. Okay. Now coming to the next one, that is I told using the other logic we have to write the expression for work done. So writing the expression for work done, what is that logic? Work done in displacing a charge Q, it is equal to Q into potential difference. So here the charge is moved from B to A. So work done is equal to Q into VA minus VB. Okay. So what is Q? Q is 1. So 1 into what is VA? Look in the diagram. What is VA? A is at a potential V. So V minus what is VB? V plus delta V. It is V plus delta V. So what is W? W equal to V minus V, 0. Then minus into plus, it becomes minus delta V. So work done, it is minus delta V as per this equation. So that is equation 2. So from equations 1 and 2, 1 and 2 gives the same work done, that is work done in displacing unit positive charge from the surface B to the surface A. So both of them should be same. So we can equate the right hand sides of the two equations. So we have E delta L is equal to minus delta V. So we have E is equal to minus delta V by delta L. This equation very important. This is the relation between field and potential. Okay. And what does this equation imply? This implies that delta V is equal to minus E delta L. What does it mean? Delta V is negative. Delta V negative means which surface? You look in the diagram. Which surface is at higher potential? If delta V is negative, B is at a lower potential compared to what? A. So A is at higher potential and B is at lower potential. Now you look in the diagram once more. Electric field is in upward direction. That means we can say that this is a conclusion which we are making from this equation. Okay, we already obtained the relation between E and V, and one more conclusion we can make here. What is the direction of electric field? See, in the upward direction, in the diagram it is shown in the upward direction, and in that direction, what about the potential? Whether the potential is increasing or decreasing? We said delta V is negative, means there is a decrease in potential. Or in other words, we can say that electric field is in the direction in which the potential decreases steepest. Okay. Or electric field is in the direction in which potential decreases. So that is an important conclusion which we can make here. Got it? So what is it? What is the relation between electric field and potential? That is minus delta V by delta L. And one more conclusion, that is electric field is in the direction in which potential decreases steepest. Okay. And the magnitude, its magnitude, electric field magnitude is given by change in magnitude of potential per unit displacement normal to the equipotential surface at that point. So these two conclusions very important. See, one more thing, this equation we will use in different forms. So this equation we will see like this, that is E is equal to minus dV by dr. This is a usual form in which we use this equation. So that L is replaced by R. That's all. In the place of L we took R. So minus dV by dr, it is another form of the same equation. We used to write like this also. In some problems and all, we will write like E is equal to V by D. Okay, so what is that delta L that you should look, or dr, what is that D that you should be very clear? That is V is the potential and D is that displacement in the direction in which the potential or the field is there. What is the direction of that field? In the direction of the field, what is the displacement? That's what we mean by that D. That point is very important. What did I say? What is that d, dr or delta L? It is the displacement. Various problems and all will come there. So you have to consider the displacement in the direction of electric field. So you may have some displacement in other directions and all. You need not consider that. You should consider the displacement in the direction of electric field. That's what we mean by that d here. Okay, d or dr or delta L. So that is about that equation and its conclusion. So this is a very important 2-mark question. Study well. So now we are discussing potential energy in an external field. Potential energy in an external field. So what do you mean by the word external field? Field produced by some external means. We don't know how the field is produced. In an external field, when a single charge is kept. So first case is with a single charge, second case is with the 2 charge. Okay, that we will be discussing. So we are discussing the case when a single charge is kept in an external electric field. So you can consider a uniform electric field. Okay, this shows a uniform electric field, and suppose a charge Q is kept here. Let that position be A. Okay, so we already stated while defining electric potential, I emphasized one point, that is potential is a characteristic of, or potential characterizes field. What did I say? Potential characterizes field. What do you mean by that? If there is an electric field, at different points we can say different potentials are there. That's what that equation also shows. E is equal to minus delta V by delta L. There will be potential. Got it? So at the point A, if the charge Q is kept at the point A, and if that point is in an electric field, surely there will be a potential at that point. Suppose let V be the potential at that point A where Q is kept. Got it? So if Q is kept at that point, what will be its potential energy? By the definition of potential energy is defined as the work done in bringing that charge Q from infinity to that point. Isn't it? So what is that work done as per the theory? We already discussed that. What do you mean by that? The work done in bringing this charge to this point is Q into V, because V is the work done in bringing unit positive charge. So to bring a charge Q, the work done is Q into V. So what is the potential energy? It is equal to QV. So very important equation, though it is very simple to study, that concept is very important. So when a single charge is kept in an external field, what is the potential energy of that single charge? It is U equal to QV. Okay, and that energy, that is the potential energy. Okay, so that V is the potential at that point where the charge is placed. Got it? And using this equation only, that unit electron volt is defined. We were using that unit electron volt in previous chapters and all. I think we used it in dual nature. We used that electron volt. Electron volt. What is that unit? Electron volt. We represented it like EV. It shows this EV stands for electron volt, and I said this electron volt is a smaller unit of energy, especially when we deal with microparticles or the atomic world or nuclear world. No, in that nuclear physics, atomic physics, nuclear chemistry and all, then energy will be very small. To show that energy, we use this unit. And what is this 1 electron volt? So we know the potential energy of a charge Q kept in an electric field where the potential is V is U equal to QV. Okay, so if an electron is kept, when an electron is kept, Q is equal to E. Negative sign it is there. So Q is equal to E, and suppose V is equal to 1 volt. So how will we say, so what will be U? Then U will be equal to Q is E into 1, that much joule. Got it? So we say, so into 1 volt, no, so that volt is there. That's how electron volt is coming. Got it? So how will we define electron volt? Electron volt is the potential energy of an electron when it is placed in a potential of 1 volt. In 1 volt, what is the potential energy of that electron? Or in other words, we can define like this, that is, it is the energy or the kinetic energy. So in terms of potential energy, we explain like this. So if the electron is free to move, that potential energy, surely it will convert into kinetic energy. So kinetic energy gained by the electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt. Got it? Actually, this energy is manifested as what? Kinetic energy. So we can define in that way also. So 1 electron volt is defined as the kinetic energy gained by the electron when it is accelerated by a potential difference of 1 volt. When it is in the potential difference of 1 volt, what is the kinetic energy gained by that electron? That is defined as 1 electron volt. So in both ways we can define that. So what will be 1 electron volt? 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule, because E stands for 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. So the value of 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. And some smaller other units are there, that is kilo electron volt, KeV. So what will be KeV? 1000 times this value. So 1000 into this means what? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 16 joule. That is KeV. Then capital letter MEV. This is called mega electron volt, you can say, but we usually say million electron volt. The actual usage is what? Million. Especially in atomic physics and nuclear physics, we use the word million. So MEV stands for million electron volt. And what it will be? 10 raised to 6 into this value. So what it will be? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 13 joule. So these are the other units of energy, especially which we use in atomic physics and nuclear physics. Hope it is clear. Coming to the next part of the discussion, that is second part, potential energy of a system of two charges in an external field. Okay, so far we were discussing potential energy of single charge. Now we are coming to potential energy of system of two charges. Got it? In an external field. So before starting with this, let me ask one thing. We already discussed potential energy of a system of charges. In the previous session, we discussed potential energy of system of charges. So how we found potential energy of system of charges? I said you first count the number of pairs, then for each pair you write that particular term. Okay, like that, then add. So if you have two charges, Q1 and Q2, what is the potential energy of this system? So only one pair is possible, which is at a distance d. So what will be the potential energy? Potential energy U will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by d. This is the potential energy of this system. Okay, remember these two charges are not kept in an electric field. Got it? Okay, so we are not, in that case we haven't specified the presence of an external field. But here what is the difference? Here there is an electric field. Is that clear? The difference in discussion. Yesterday we already discussed potential energy of a system of charges. Okay, that was in the absence of external field. Now we are discussing what? Potential energy in the presence of external field. And we are discussing it for only system of two charges. Got it? The difference. Now let's discuss. So this was the case in the absence of external field. In the absence of external field, this is the expression for what? Potential energy. So in the presence of external field, what will be the potential energy? Let's discuss. Okay. So as I said, in the electric field means if there is an electric field, surely there will be potential, because potential characterizes electric field. So we are assuming 2 points. We are considering 2 points A and B in an electric field. There is an electric field in this region. In that region, we are considering 2 positions A and B, so that the potentials at A and B are VA and VB. Okay, and we are assuming at A Q1 is kept and at B Q2 is kept. If so, what will be the potential energy of this system? That's what we are going to find. So we will find that potential energy from the definition itself. What is the definition of potential energy? The potential energy is the work done in bringing these charges from infinity to these 2 points. Okay, so first let's assume first the charge Q1 is brought. Okay, when the charge Q1 is brought, it is brought to the position A where the potential is VA. So how much work is to be done to bring the charge Q1? To bring the charge Q1, work done W1 is equal to Q1 into VA. Here that work done is not equal to 0 because there is a potential. If it was in the absence of external field, this W1 would have been 0. In the previous discussion, we did like that. But here it is not equal to 0 because there is a potential VA, because we are keeping the charges in an external electric field. So W1 is equal to Q1 into VA. Okay. Now, what is the work done in bringing Q2? That's what we need to find. So W2 equal to Q2 into, we can write potential at B. Potential at B. I am not writing VB because VB, I said it is the potential at B due to the electric field. But you see, at B, this charge Q1 also will be producing a potential. Okay, so in bringing the charge Q2 to this point B, we have to consider the work done against that field also. That means the equation becomes Q2 into total potential at B. Okay, so what is that total potential? One is VB, the potential due to the electric field, plus what is the other potential? Potential due to Q1. Q1 produces a potential here. Suppose this distance is D. This distance is D. Okay, so what is the potential at B due to the charge at A? It will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Okay, Q1 is producing the potential, no. So Q1 divided by, at what distance? At distance D. So this is the expression for total potential. Hope you followed. Okay, VB is the potential which is due to the electric field, and this potential is produced by the presence of Q1. So total potential at B becomes this. That is equal to, just expand. So Q2 into VB plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q1 Q2 by D. So the potential energy of this two charge system in an electric field, there is an electric field. Okay, in the presence of an electric field, it becomes W1 plus W2, which is equal to W1 plus W2, which is equal to Q1 VA plus Q2 VB plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by D. So this is the expression for potential energy of two charge system when it is kept in an electric field. If it was in the absence of external field, the potential energy would have been only 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by D. But in the presence of electric field, the equation get what it is a little bit complicated, not complicated, two more terms are there. Okay, so the equation becomes Q1 VA plus Q2 VB plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by D. So I am telling it repeatedly. This is the case in the absence of external field, and this is the case in the presence of external field. In the first part of this problem, we are asked to find the potential energy in the absence of electric field. So what is the expression for potential energy in the absence of electric field for a two-charge system? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by D. Okay, so Q1 is equal to 7 microcoulomb and Q2 is minus 2 microcoulomb. Okay, then the charges are, the distance it is not given directly. Okay, so 7 microcoulomb is at minus 900 and minus 2 microcoulomb is at 900. So what is the separation between the two? Minus 9, or distance we need to consider only in magnitude, no need of taking that coordinate. So 9 minus 9, x2 minus x1 we take, no. So what is it? 9 minus 9. So it becomes 18 centimeter. That is the distance, or 0.818 meter. That is the distance between the two. So substituting the values, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 9 into 10 raised to 9, 7 microcoulomb, 7 into 10 raised to minus 6 into minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 divided by 0.18. So by doing the calculation, we will get the answer to be minus 0.7 joule. So that is the answer to that question. Next question, that concept is very important. How much work is required to separate the two charges infinitely away from each other? Okay, so what we already found is potential energy. That potential energy is the work done in assembling the two charges from infinity. Are you getting? From infinity to assemble the two charges at those 2 points, how much work is to be done? That's what we already found. Now in the second question, what is asked? How much work is required to separate the two charges infinitely away from each other? That means just opposite. In the second question, what is asked is the process is just opposite. If the two charges are kept here, how much work is to be done to separate them to infinite distance? So what will be? To bring them from infinity to these 2 points, this much work is to be done. So how much work is to be done to separate them to infinite distance? Just negative of this. That means for the second question, the answer is negative of negative 0.7. So what is the answer? Positive 0.7 joule is the answer to that second question. So in doing the third part of the question, what is it given? The charges are kept in external field. And what is that field? It is not a uniform electric field. Electric field is given by E equal to A by R square. And you are asked to find the electrostatic energy of the configuration, electrostatic potential energy of the configuration. Means we need to find the potential energy. So what is the expression for that potential energy in the presence of external field? Q1 VA plus Q2 VB plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by D, where D is the separation between them. Of these three terms, this part we have already done, and that is equal to 0.7 joule minus 0.7 joule. So this part we already have. And now what we need to find is these two parts. But look in the question, VA and VB, are they given? No. So that is the first thing. You need to find V. What is VA and VB? So to get V, only one information we have, that is E is equal to A by R square, where A is a constant, its value is given in the question. So first of all, we should find the expression for V, Okay, and by substituting for R, we can get VA and VB. That's what we need to do. So how will we proceed here? We need to use the equation E is equal to what? Minus dV by dr, because here it is given in the terms of what? R. So I told no, we have to use that particular equation in different forms. So here we use that equation in this form. That is the relation between electric field and potential. So E is equal to minus dV by dr. Okay. Now if we, so just to rearrange the equation, so minus dV is equal to E into dr, or dV is equal to minus E dr. So what is, how will you get V from this equation? By integrating. Okay, so integrating dV is equal to, so no need of putting what limits and all, because we are just finding that equation. Then we need to substitute that R, that's all. So integral dV is equal to minus E into, that means minus integral E dr. For E, you just substitute what? A by R square. So minus integral A by R square dr. So what it will be? Minus A into, A is constant, 1 by R square dr. Integral 1 by R square dr. Now what is integral 1 by R square? Here you have to use that identity, integral x raised to n dx is equal to x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. We have discussed last year. Okay, so here x is, in the place of x you have what? R, and in the place of n you have what? N minus 2. So what will be our result? Minus a into r raised to minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1. So that is minus a into r raised to minus 2 plus 1 means r raised, okay, minus a into r raised to minus 1 divided by minus 1. So this minus 1 minus get cancelled, and what we have is a into r raised to minus 1, or it is the same as a by r. So we have the potential. So left hand side is what? V. Integral dV is V. So V is equal to a by r. Okay. Now VA and VB we have to find. When we find VA, that A, it is at minus 900 and B at 900. So those 2 points are there. That is A is at minus 900 and B is at 900. So accordingly we have to find that what? So in both the case R becomes what? 9. So our expression becomes that. So the expression for potential energy is equal to Q1 into, Q1 is what? 7 microcoulomb, 7 into 10 raised to minus 6 into A by R. The value of A is 9 into 10 raised to 5. So A is 9 into 10 raised to 5 divided by, that R is 9. No need of considering the coordinate, you take that 9 centimeter only. Okay. Then plus Q2 into VB. What is Q2 into VB? Minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 into A is 9 into 10 raised to 5 divided by 10 raised to 5 divided by 0.09 plus next term, as I told already, that is minus 0.7. Minus 0.7. This calculation we have to do. So by doing the calculations, we will get the answer like this. So here the simplification, take care. So the final answer is 49.3 joules. Okay. So only this much for today. Thank you.